What pops into your head when you think about Maine? Lighthouses and lobsters. IDKY. Stephen King. Vacationland, the Rocky Coast and Rennies. Cats. My House. I Live Here. Edge Runners. Bangor. Lobster. And I think it's part of New England. So presumably there are some cultural and ethnic similarities to Old England. I don't know. I'm British, haha. Hawkeye Pierce. The TV show Haven. Acadia National Park. On a related note, first glimpse of the sunrise over the continental United States. Maine Coon. We had 2 of them. Cuddly fluffs. Rip. Nothing honestly. And that makes me want to live there. A rock that has no earthly business being there. Stephen King. Cold. Getting underage drunk at Old Orchard Beach while my friend explained, in extreme detail, the plot of Fisher's Gamehenge story. Lobsters. Lighthouses. My honeymoon. It was probably the nicest vacation I've been on. You can buy scallops in Bar Harbor. Legal seafood. Forest as far as the eye can see and a rough, ragged coastline with deep blue waves crashing against the cliffs. Lobsters. Also Stephen King. Black flies. Cold. Rocky beaches. Chilly water. Stephen King. I went there every summer growing up. It's a beautiful place, but there are a lot of deer ticks. Home. Stephen King. Lighthouses and woods. Bible. Seafoods. O cord. Lobstah. Turkey because of Sharpay from HSM musical note and turkey imported from my musical note. Seafood. Black butterflies and deja vu. My dad. Friggin' home guy. Stephen King novels, like Tommy Knockers. BTW. Horrible movie, fantastic book. Lobsters. Lobster. Bean. Absolutely nothing. I know and remember nothing about it. Lobster. Turkeys because of Sharpay's song Fabulous from High School Musical 2. Iced tea imported from England. Lifeguards imported from Spain. Towels imported from Turkey. And turkey imported from Maine. Stephen King and Once Upon a Time. As someone who's never been there, small coastal towns and beautiful autumn colors. Main Street. Good beer, great oysters and magnificent countryside. Blueberries and the Cryptid Museum. Flamingos doused in butter and glazed in honey, singing, Numa, Numa. Stephen King movies. Isles of Shoals. Specifically, bringing my wife up to New England to show her where I grew up. She had never been, and surprising her with the Isles of Shoals boat tour. She was all smiles for the entire day. Lobster. Hey brew, come on dog, come on Maine. Black fleurs. Mosquitoes. Beautiful scenery. Very beautiful winters. Extremely cold. Olive Kitteridge. Rural sea fishes. Trevor Phillips Industries. Oh hey, I live here. Also blueberries. AYUH. Camp. Lobster. LL Bean. Bangor. Lighthouses. Kennebunk exit that had Popeyes. Either your nearest neighbor is miles away and no one can hear you scream, or you live in a tiny town nobody but the people who live there has ever heard of and everybody hears every word of every private conversation. Mind your fucking business, Jill. Fred Gwynn warning me not to bury my dead cat in the spooky place. Cabot Cove, the murder capital of the world. Fuck Susan Collins and her pearl clutching. Did he learn his lesson, Susan? Honestly, nothing. I think in my mind Maine seems so uninteresting that nothing comes to mind. The word Maine. Just a worse Alaska. Boring. The Saturday Night Live skit, Gay Couple from Maine. https www.youtube.com/watch v equals d4jvxjmbrjs https www.youtube.com/watch v equals d4jvxjmbrjs Maine Who? My Summer House. Second Best Portland. The Fall Weather. Stephen King. New Brunswick. Very presumptuous of you to assume I think about Maine. Lovely place I hear though. I can identify it on a map. If I have bookshelf access I could probably tell you about some maritime-related stuff like lighthouses and shipwrecks. Once upon a time. Closest state to Africa exploding head. Lobster. Beer. Bissell Brothers. Oxbow. Maine Brewing Company. And the list goes on and on. Very cold winters. I lived there from 1987 to 1994, so an awful lot pops into my head. Y'all got them other lobsters, don't ya? Cold. The rain it has, that apparently falls on the plains. Does Maine even have plains? Acadia National Park. I've visited Maine a few times. And Thunder Hole was one of my fondest memories there. Elan School. Blueberry pie.